Year. Welcome to 2019. Todd and I are back. We're going to be doing our first Free Tip Friday in 2019, and excuse both of us, we're both a little under the weather here. So today we're in Todd's new facility in Solon. This is not his winter facility. He's going to have it open all year, and he's got two TrackMan here. And Todd, why don't you tell us a little bit about this place?
Yes, we have two TrackMan simulators. You can do anything from practice on the range to test yourself with some skill assessments, to be able to play golf on some simulated golf courses like the old course in St. Andrews or Albany down in the Bahamas where they just played Tigers event. So you're able to challenge yourself through that as well. So there's all kinds of different stuff that you can do to keep your golf going throughout the winter, so that when the spring comes up and running, you can take off and start to play your best golf. You don't have anything to dust to shake off.
Yeah.
We also have a small little putting studio, a small little fitness studio to do some like personal stroke, putting stroke mechanics, as well as work like with a trainer as far as like on your golf fitness to help you with your flexibility, stability, mobility type of issues.
And this is usable throughout the summer because we have TrackMan, right on LaunchMonitor that shows you exact data, which you cannot get on the range unless you're fortunate to have one of these sitting behind you like every PGA Tour player.
Correct. Right. Yeah. And there's a reason why these guys are, you go to a tour event and you see 15 of these little orange boxes on the range. There's a reason for that, because the information that it provides helps them keep their game in tune, in check, right? So it's real easy to get out of whack, but if you know what your swing, what kind of numbers you're trying to produce, and you know what what those are when you swing a club, you can always kind of make sure you're staying in those parameters, and so it's easy to kind of stay more consistent that way.
Yeah, awesome place. So if you do want to know more about this, send me an email or send Todd an email. Today, what we're going to talk about a few different numbers here. A lot of times, when Todd and I are giving a lesson or somebody talks about, they came over the top of it. Well, maybe they actually didn't come over the top of it, and we'll show you that from some of these numbers up here. So Todd hit a shot earlier, and you're going to see there's three different numbers on here. One's face angle, one's club path, and one is facing path. Todd, why don't you go through these numbers and what they mean?
Yeah, so there's five key things that are going to make a golf ball go where they are, right? So you'd have the speed of the club, the centerness of contact, the angle of attack, the club face, and the path. The easiest thing, like when you're taking a lesson or you're working on your swing, really we're working on all five of those, but the two that are probably the most changeable, or the ones that you can feel the most, are the face angle and the club path. And they play a big role on what the golf ball is going to do. So if you think of it this way, the golf ball will start where the club face is pointed, and the ball will curve away from the path. So if the face angle and the club path were both to go right down this white line, and then you see 0, 0, and then the face to path relationship would say 0. So that would be a shot that would go dead straight. If you're trying to make the ball draw, you want to see a face angle and a club path that are both positive, and then the face to the path angle would be a negative.
So the positive number means the face angle and the club path is going to the right.
Correct, right. So the positive number is right, and then the negative number means left. And so again, so we think if the face angle is 1.2 to the right, that ball started just a little to the right of our target line, and because the club path was a little bit more to the right, 2.7, that's 1.5 negative relationship, so that means the ball is going to curve to the left, right? So there we have a shot here that started just barely off to the right, curved right back to the target line.
Yeah,
now,
perfectly back to the target line.
Yeah, it was pretty good shot. So now, then again, it's not like you have to have 1.2, 2.7, right? So if the club path, let's just say, was 6 to the right, then your face angle would be 3. You'd see a -3 face to path, and you'd see a ball that just curved more than that one did, but it would end up right back on the target line as well.
Yeah. Why don't you show us somebody who hits a very large hook?
Yeah,
try to do that.
Like what we were talking about here is you set up to it, right? And the golfer will go, oh man, I came way over the top, right? Well, you can see the ball starts left and it curved even more to the left. So the golfer thinks, oh, I came over the top, right? But what we could just learn from the TrackMan number here is 3.3 positive club path means I was still swinging out to the right. But the -14.9 club face to path ratio is that club was really, really shut, and the ball really, really curved more. And so as using this technology, one of the things we've learned is that golfers are generally pretty consistent with the club path. It's the face angle that varies so much. And so when you have that type of variance in the face angle, and you're just going by the ball flight, you really don't know what you've done. You might have felt like you came over the top because you might have been, you're usually 7 to the right or 6 to the right, but you really did go over the top, you just really shut the face.
Right. Some good information there. So if you want to learn more about your club path, club face angle, come see us. We'll see you next week. Free Tip Friday.